creators and are protected under international copyright law.
This program is intended for mature audiences only and contains strong or potentially offensive language of an adult and sexual nature. So, listener discretion advised.
The views and opinions expressed on the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City do not reflect those of this station or its affiliates.
All music, stories, and characters are the sole property of their creators and are protected under international copyright law.
Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Toxie, and Glit are personalities put on for your entertainment.
Their stories are real, their language is explicit, and their behavior's out-fucking-rageous.
If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Blasting to you straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada, it is the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City, starring Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Glitz, and Toxie. Good evening, Las Vegas.
And people around the world. Going back to school tomorrow?
That's what I was going to say, then I realized, oh, I'm talking about children.
But, well, maybe there's college students.
No. All you motherfuckers with broken glass in San Francisco. You heard about the earthquake this morning, right?
Oh, yeah, I did briefly. Not a lot. You guys, I don't even have time to watch news anymore, which is not like me.
Yeah, I've totally eaten it up on Facebook today. Pictures were like, everybody's posting pictures of
really
broken
bad there?
glass.
Is it bad there?
It was a 6-point something epicentered underneath the city.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was up, from what I understand, it was way up north. Everybody south in like San Francisco proper,
right?
Were okay, but it's like the biggest, like, I want everyone to like hashtag broken glass because that is all the pictures I've seen on Facebook.
Really?
It's just broken storefronts, broken windows.
One that somebody commented on. I have a friend who loves wine. loves his wine. Oh, you know my friend. Loves his wine. And I mean, he's literally taken vacations to wine places.
Oh, yeah.
And come back with insane amounts of wine. And so somebody sent him a picture of like all this wine that was broken and fallen off the shelf. So it very traumatic for
Wasn't
him,
it
I
San
believe.
Francisco had that really huge one like 15,
No, that was
20 years ago?
Northridge.
Was that Northridge?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the one where the bridges like crumbled and
People got
craziness.
squished like pancakes.
Yeah, not so good.
Yeah.
Not so good. So, I don't know, man. I'm like I feel like I'm half asleep here, but I'm not tired. I don't know what's going on. Let me tell you guys a fun story about one of our fans.
Which fan?
Okay, his name's Danny. Okay. And Danny had been emailing me on my Sweet Cheeks SinCityBounty account and just emailing me and telling me I'm sexy, that kind of stuff. So I give him my business phone number, okay, the business line, and he's texting me and calling me. So yesterday I'm in the nail salon getting my nails and my toes done, and he's texting me, and he had been trying to send me a gift on Amazon wishlist. Okay, well, Amazon wishlist is not being very nice to girls in the industry right now. They've like shut us all down, and we have to prove that we're
real people,
that we're not trading services on Amazon for money. Okay, so we have to call them and prove that. Okay, so anyway, I haven't gone through all that whole process, but so he says, well, since I can't get you something on Amazon, how about if I pay for your nails? Now, I don't think he realized that my fingers and my toes and my gels were to the tune of $70. I mean, I paid the tip and stuff, but he called the salon and paid my nails.
Nice.
On his credit card. So Danny, I told him I was going to talk about him. He sent me a really cute little video sitting on the toilet in his towel. He's a cute little Italian boy from New York. And so,
Danny, where the fuck are my nails?
He likes me better.
You see this shit I gotta paint myself?
And so I have Tinkerbell nails today, and but he likes me better, so I got nails and green toes too. So.
I went yesterday. Mine are blue.
I see.
I went yesterday and had a mani pedi, and I didn't go to my normal place. It was scheduled. I was supposed to be there. Had to drop my daughter off at a sleepover, and the mom was talking to me, so I missed it. And I called a place that even though they were about to close in 2 minutes, they would still take me. So it was great. And the guy is there and he was really nice.
Little
But
Korean guy?
he wasn't, you, no, not
He wasn't
really.
Asian?
He was, but I don't necessarily know Korean
I don't know the
specifically.
difference. Come on.
Okay.
There's a lot of Vietnamese ones at the salon
This
I
is
go
true.
to.
So he,
They're taking over our country from the toes up.
everything was,
Literally.
everything was great. And then he got to the point, where they scrape, right?
On your
Mhm.
feet?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I do not wear socks. I do not wear anything other than flip-flops.
Me too.
And my feet get,
Grungy.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
mine
get
too.
bad.
Mine
They
get
get
crusty.
bad.
Mine get crusty.
And I've always had this. And so anyway, he's doing it and the skin's going all over and it's so disgusting. And very loudly he taps the thing on the ground to, get the stuff off, and everyone in the salon turns and I saw like 5 disgusted faces like look down at it and then look up at me and I got that look of, I had to hang my head in shame for a moment.
Yeah, mine,
because
that's why I go, because, I'm always in
that's why I
flip-flop.
go too. I just haven't gone since the bash.
I used to go to this
So-
little place that Alexia's mom goes to, and I went faithfully every 2 weeks for like 2 years. I was in getting pedicure done, and it got to the point where I'm not ticklish unless you are scraping the bottoms of my feet.
I do too. And the
And
thing
my-
is, it hurts so
Wait,
bad.
I got a
as
question
he's
for you.
doing
Did that
it, but I
salon
tickle.
use the little scraper? Because that's against the law now.
No, they use it's like a cheese grater now.
Oh, I
File.
hate that cheese grater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when they're down there, my little foot would jerk. It got to the point where she was so familiar with me, she'd slap me and she'd be like, my foot I cut you was bad. Like, sorry, it tickles. She's like, you tough, stop tickle.
My lady, she's a 56-year-old woman, and she calls me, my sister, come in, my sister. But she's the only woman who can take care of my ingrown toenails. Like, I mean, I couldn't wear closed-toe shoes. They were so bad a few years ago, but this woman is awesome. So she'll actually pull out the little scraper for me, and,
Yeah.
you know.
When you get a
and
regular
hide a
place,
little, yeah.
they'll do it. But now I'm fine with the cheese grater, but I'm not
Oh,
fine
that
when they
cheese
make
grater
it.
hurts.
Right, it does. And then it tickles at the same time because I have certain spots on my feet I'm very ticklish. And so I'm like, jerking my
your foot?
leg and I'm like, this really hurts, but it really tickles. I don't know what to feel. I'm very confused right now. I'm just very confused.
See, every time I shower, I have my pumice stone and I hit my feet.
See,
So
you're
when I
good,
go
'cause
in-
I'm bad. I don't
So when
do
I
it.
go in, all they have to do really is the very back of my heel from the flip-flops. Otherwise, they're like, you have very soft feet. And I'm like, I take very good care of my
You
feet.
know what?
mine
I
tell me
should
the
do that.
opposite. They're
See.
like, I have one, they go every time, they're like, we told you put on Vaseline and socks.
Well, it's so funny
I
because,
can't
I
wear
walk
socks.
stupid because of my arthritis, but my left foot gets all crusty on the heel
Mhm.
and nothing on the toes. And my right foot gets all crusty on my big toe all the way down. But I've realized that when I walk, I let on this foot, because that's the one, my bad knee, I grasp, like I grip my toes as I walk. In fact, today I felt like I think I have arthritis in my big toe. I
Mhm.
guess you could. It's a joint.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, but I know it's because I grab. But yeah, it's so funny because the tops of my toes over here are like all crusty and the bottom of the other foot is crusty.
I had another one. He came over, another guy, and so he was doing my nails while I was in the chair. And then the guy down there, the guy down there made like an inappropriate comment to me at one point that it was hilarious. But
What'd he say?
it was just, I'd rather not, but it was just inappropriate. But what was I gonna say? So he had my hand and he had my feet, and then he's like, "How does it feel to have 2 guys taking care of you?" And I mean, he was funny. It was great, but he totally overdid it because one side of my foot is now
Oh, like-
cracking.
Well, see, I always
Um,
have to come on the day I get the pedicure, I always have to come home and put I just rub Neosporin all over the bottom of my feet and put my socks on
Yeah.
because the water makes your feet dry.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's so funny when I moved from Michigan out here, and I always had my nails done in Michigan. It was the weirdest thing to have male nail people out here. Like in Michigan, we
all ladies.
never. We didn't even have Asian salons in Michigan. Okay.
If I ever
And-
walked into a salon and it wasn't an Asian salon, I would shit my pants.
So I get out here and I go into this salon that's all Asian. They don't speak it. And then they give me a man and he's on my hands and I was like, this is a little different. It was. I had to get accustomed. For me, who was like so open, like bring the men on, I'll touch them all over.
I mean, Mama does nails. She's not Asian.
No, but I don't see Mama anymore. Because she doesn't do the gels. She does the regular acrylics, and I have really oily nail beds, and my nails will lift.
I do too. My nails.
My nails will lift 2 or 3 days after. But I've realized that the gel nails, I had them on, and they lasted almost 4 weeks.
I used to do my nails all the time, and I had the same problem.
Well,
They
these would
start
because
to
because the gel bonds to your own nail. It's got an acrylic, and then the gel, you got to keep going under this light, and it bonds. And the polish is extra a bonding thing too. That I'm telling you, I was shocked. This is like the 4th time he's done it, and my nails are lasting 3 to 4 weeks. You pay a little more, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
So that's why, and Charlotte doesn't do
gels.
She doesn't do gels at all. So I love her artwork, and I miss the artwork, but and it's the same salon that I get my toes at. So Danny, thank you, darling, for my lovely fingers and toes. Let me know anytime. Anytime.
Anytime.
So tonight, y'all, is the series finale of True Blood.
Thank God.
Oh, come on.
I can't. I've talked about this so many times before. This show is so stupid. And it wouldn't be so bad if they had decided to not be as dumb as the books are. I tried to watch the show because everybody's like, oh, True Blood, and I love vampires. And they're like, these are real vampires. They burn in the sun. They don't sparkle and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is awesome. So I sat down to watch a couple episodes, turned it off.
Sometimes it can
So
be cheesy.
disgusted with
But
it.
you know what? I hate what they're doing. They're trying to tie up storylines because they're ending. And they're making like the bad vampires be good, and the obvious people who should be in love and together are together. It's the last few weeks, it's like, this is a wee bit too corny for me.
Well, you know what? That's exactly why I never got into it. And then after I started watching, I'm like, okay, well, the books are always better. In this case, they are not. These books are written for people who don't read. So, like, the grammar's barely there, the context is barely there. It's the dialogue between the characters and the character development is so shallow that I'm like, I couldn't even comprehend that these were. When I read a book, the people need to be real to me.
Well, it's like every season first season was like the vampires, and then all of a sudden there's fairies, and then there's
didn't it go vampires, werewolves, shapeshifters, witches, warlocks, voodoo fuckers, and then fairies?
Well, but we knew Sookie was a fairy season 1 or season 2. Early on, we knew Sookie was a fairy, but they didn't bring other fairies on until later.
Someone on Twitter just posted about True Blood finale.
That's something about it?
Don't go on.
Oh, I don't care.
She's not on Twitter.
Oh.
Yes, I am. I'm on Twitter more than anything now. Because
Yeah.
Twitter's all full of porn, so you get all kind of naked pictures of me. Toxie's texted me the other day. She goes, I just went on your Twitter, and all I seen was your tits.
Boobs.
You should see my ass on there today.
Boobs. Nipple. Boobs.
There is boobs and nipples. On Lake Mead. It's a beautiful blue background on the lake.
Nice.
So,
But it's boob.
it is boob. It is boob.
Boob.
And somebody who's seen me go, your boobs really don't look that good. As they do in that picture. And they are so
Actually,
right.
they really do.
They do look a lot better.
Like,
No, yeah. It's the
mine don't
angle.
She
look
get a
like
tit
that.
double? Like,
No,
when
it's kind of taken. Charles took them. And it was Sinfully Divine Entertainment, and he it's kind of taken under, so they look much better than they really are. But shh, don't tell.
they're taking from under, so you can't tell how saggy they really
They
are.
look a little more plumper.
go on her Twitter.
Go-
I'm
you can
telling
see
you,
it
they
right
do.
now.
I'm like, my boobs don't look like that.
and yeah, exactly. So, but it's a great picture. Now there's a picture that my boobs are still up there, but there's a picture, some shots that they took from my website. We did in white spandex pants.
I saw those.
So unbelievable. Again, I must do really good with these angles from underneath, because the ass picture that's on Twitter now is, oh my God, my ass looks beautiful. It's almost as good as Toxie's ass, I'm telling you.
Toxie's got a wonderful ass. Speaking of Toxie's ass, he came over and mowed my lawn this weekend.
Speaking of that took me 1 minute. Mr. Toxie, I'm not calling you an ass. That was her.
It's so funny. She liked that.
She did. She did like that one.
So earlier in the week, I posted on my regular Facebook page. I let the yard get so out of control that my regular little push mower wouldn't cover it. So I needed to get like a real mower. But I'm not going to go spend the money on that. So I posted on my regular Facebook page asking if anyone had a mower I could borrow. And Mr. Toxie was on it in like 2 minutes. Yeah, I've got one. I'm like, awesome.
Like that.
I said, I'll swing by Friday after work and I'll pick it up. And then I get it home Friday, and I get off early on Fridays during the summer. So I was like, oh, it was only like 94 degrees outside. Like, that's like winter weather here. And so I'm out there, and it's a pull start. It's not a push button.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a little old school.
I am yanking the fuck out of this thing. I'm holding down the start bar, 'cause there's a bar you have to hold down, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not got the right angle on this. So my son hold down the start bar, and I'm yanking on it. I yanked on it till my son was like, Mom, are you okay? And I'm like, nope. So I just turned it off, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. And I sent Toxie a message, and I said, I need to borrow your husband. I just wanted him to start the damn thing so that I could mow the lawn.
Yeah.
And then he just went around and mowed the lawn, and I was like, fuck
Look
it.
at all these nice men stories we have today. Danny
know.
and Mr. Toxie. You got a nice man story?
Yes, my husband mowed our lawn.
No, your ass mowed our lawn.
Toxie made a big breakthrough this weekend, too.
Oh, I will tell you. You are not going to
What?
believe it. This is huge.
Tell us.
This is very big for me. I have issues, and I think we spoke about it on the show before. I cannot poop in a public bathroom or really anywhere other than home.
That's
to the
really
point-
fucked up when you go on vacation, isn't it?
It is. Well, if I'm in a hotel and I'm by myself,
Okay.
but so I really, to the point where I will be in pain and hold it versus
Really?
using a bathroom.
Oh, hell no.
Sometimes I
shit
have a hard
anywhere.
time peeing in a public bathroom too. I have a little trick that I do to relax myself to be able to go.
Twinkle, twinkle,
But
little
no,
star.
Well, what about that night you were drunk and we were in the stall together and you peed and then I fixed your pants with a pin?
I was drunk.
Yeah. Drunk, there's no holds barred
Yeah,
on that.
I mean, you're lucky I didn't pee on you. And it all changes when I'm drunk. But so we had to go to Sierra's, and on the way I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom so bad, and we pre-discussed this, and so I was okay with it by the time I got there. But I'd like to say I pooped in Sierra's bathroom.
Woohoo! Yay, Toxie.
I did.
So in other words, if you're on the opposite side of town
Yes.
and you have to poop no matter where you're
Yes.
going, it's to Sierra's bathroom.
So I need to
Thank
get
God
you
you're
a key.
comfortable with that
Now
now.
we're
I need to get you a key so
Absolutely.
you can poop at
I
my
need a
house.
key.
She needs
In
she
the
needs a
bathroom.
shit house key, okay? A shit
I
house
mean,
key.
it was to the point where my daughter knocked on the door and knocked on the door again. I opened it and she's like, "You're not pooping here, are you?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." And
my
she couldn't even
God.
believe it because she knows my deal.
That's hilarious.
Funny. That's really funny.
So,
She's
yeah,
all
so I
like,
was like-
I'm going to go poop in your bathroom now. And I'm like, okay. I pooped in there earlier, and then I pooped after she left, too. So
Well, you know what? SinCityBounty represented at 2 different parties last night in
Yes.
town. Miss
Awesome.
Toxie was at BBW Club Las Vegas at the Red Label Lounge. I went to the birthday party of our friend Tyra Scott at Share. And let me share with you about Share, okay?
Yeah, I'd
It's
like to hear about
SHARE.
it.
You know what? It was really nice. We first got there, doors opened at 10, and they had us all in this small, kind of like little area where it was a bar, okay? And I'm thinking, oh, this is a nice little party room. She must have rented it on her own or her friends or family or whatever. So we're drinking in there, and then they escorted us all to the major club, to the club, which there were some beautiful boys there that were all looking at each other.
oh.
Yeah, this was definitely a gay bar, which was great. The dancers were like, oh my God, they were
Boy
awesome.
go-go dancers are the
Boy
best.
go-go dancer. And there was this one guy.
Boy,
who
that's
was
B-O-I, because
he
they're
was
boy.
so like beefed up, and he's got this red ball cap, and he's dancing, and I'm like, boys like you are supposed to like girls like me, you know. But it was a fun part. Tyra was stunningly beautiful. You would have like came just looking at her.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a picture of Jade Rose and Eliza Lure and myself with our friend Tyra, but she was so stunning. She had a black dress on and just beautiful, and she was enjoying her party, and it was a good time. It was you know what? Every gay club I've ever been in has been so freaking fun. You know, everybody's on the dance floor. No one cares who's dancing with nobody. It is a party up in there. And all of the waiters and waitresses, waiters, there were no waitresses. None of them had shirts on, and they were walking around in their little trunks. They're like underwear trunks, like they're BVDs or DVDs or whatever they're called. You know, like the little boxers, but
boxer briefs.
Yes. They're all walking around in lovely boxer briefs with really
here's
nice
one
bodies.
right here of Tyra.
Yeah,
with
isn't
her
she
pink.
beautiful? I mean, she looked so pretty. She's always pretty, but she just looked so pretty. So,
Look at that.
yeah,
man.
I know. Isn't that? It was such a waste of
Gosh.
the scenery in there. And I'm like, I'm here, and ain't no chance in hell I'm getting hit on.
See, and this is why I like to go to lesbian bars. I love gay bars.
Well-
Don't get me wrong, gay bars are the best.
Well, I see this
But
one.
I have never paid for a drink inside a lesbian bar.
I seen
ever.
one lesbian couple came in, and one of the girls was like, "Yeah, I could do a little lesbian action tonight. You know, let me find a girl." They were the only couple that walked in, but they were very nice. You know, we chit chatted with them, but yeah. So, but had a great time, and Tyra had a wonderful birthday. And so, what happened at BB Club W Club Las Vegas? Were you drunk? Who did you
Sky
kiss?
blue.
Who did you kiss?
I told you I retired my
Your lips?
my man. I retired my lips. These lips are now retired. I had at
I'm
the
shocked.
point. I told you all why. At the point where the second, they were both girls, but at the point the second person told me I was a pretty cruddy kisser, I said no more.
Somebody told you were a cruddy kisser?
Right. Out of fairness, the second one we talked about it on here. One was
Mhm.
glitz, and it's not that it was cruddy. It was that I needed practice. But I also had a
But
friend who told me.
Let me
the
ask you a
same.
question. And you've been in a relationship with Callie Guy, what, 3 years now almost?
3.5.
Yeah. So do you still kiss, you and your husband, romantically kiss?
Like just sit
Okay.
on the couch and make out.
I don't sit on the couch and make out with him, but
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what
with,
I'm saying.
with my husband.
Sure.
Hey.
Well, you're off kissing other people in the club. Who do you
So
think
be
I'm in the
it.
corner with? Just kidding.
Yeah, really.
No, he and I are usually
No,
in
I'm
the
just curious,
Facebooking.
you know, because so many married couples get to the point that they lose that part, or holding hands, walking to the car, or just little things like that married couples lose.
Yeah.
They lose, like, they still have sex, but it's more like, all right, put your ass in the air, or like, I'll just lick your pussy. There's not a lot of, you know, kissing and all that. So I just wondered if you guys still
Yeah.
Oh, no.
still
No,
made it
we're-
romantical.
we're
Mr.
good,
Toxie, would you like more kissing in your relationship? Just asking. Well, she said you needed practice. I'm trying to get you practice.
I think
Well, I think you get plenty of practice. I've seen you sucking
I'm
face with
telling
1/3 of
you.
the people in the room, no matter what their
I think we could
gender,
send
creed, or
out
color.
a ballot at the label
Uh-huh.
and say, if you have kissed Toxie, please fill this out.
Fill
No,
this
no,
out.
no, it's very simple. Have you ever kissed Toxie? Yes or no? Was it good? Yes or no? That's
there
it.
you
That's
go.
all we need. Two
But I
questions.
guarantee we'll get at least
150.
75 to 80% of what we send out that say, yeah, I've kissed Toxie.
I was going to say 150 returns. Just like
Oh, she's really
it's like
throwing it at you,
153 in the
girl.
club. We'll get 150 returns.
I guess it was a good time to retire my lips.
Well,
then.
you know what? You'd think after all that kissing, she'd have had plenty of practice.
Yeah, but I think there's a different way to kiss girls now than there is boys.
Really?
Yes. With boys have to be gentle and you have to be a little bit more aggressive in the kiss. And you come together and you meet in the middle. When you're kissing a girl, you're both coming at it very gently, or very aggressively, and that sometimes is over aggressive,
Yes,
and you need
because
to
I believe
gentle
she
it.
said like I was gonna chip her tooth.
Yeah.
Oh, you're being a little.
So,
you were,
Yeah, you have
were
to-
into it.
You have
There
to back
go.
off. Remember when you were practicing and you were all soft with your pillow and you're like, oh,
Not the pillow. Mine was the mirror on the medicine cabinet.
No, with the I did with the pillow, and you're all like making out, all gentle and soft like with your pillow.
Didn't you practice on something when you were a kid?
I mean I can't remember.
Oh, I used to practice on the mirror.
Probably my hands.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to go back to that. Before you learned that boys like you to come at them with a kiss, you know, you go back to what you were doing before when you're like, this is how I want to be kissed, all soft and gentle.
Well, and everybody kisses. I've been
back on
told
that.
I'm a very good kisser. I've been told that. But some guys, I remember I was in this bar once and this guy kept telling me, I'm the greatest kisser. I'm such a good kisser. And
And then he
kept
licked your
bragging.
face.
No. I swear to God,
And
Sierra, his mouth went over my mouth. And it was like he sucked me in like it was like and I'm like, oh my God. Or how about these guys that kiss you and they forget they have lips? It's this. And they totally forget that there's lips involved in kissing also.
Yeah.
So yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, they forget they have lips. Kissing
just open their- Is anyone watching The Strain in here?
Yes.
It's kind of like being kissed by one of the vampires from The Strain. They just open their mouth and this giant tongue comes out and
Yeah.
latches onto you.
no lip.
Ah!
No lip action.
It's
no
terrible.
lip action. I hate it.
Blah, 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 blah.
So I don't know. So poor Toxie retired her lips. I'm sorry.
And I didn't even kiss you.
Me either. What the fuck is that? Will you unretire it for Sierra and I?
Are we going to have to go to the Red Rooster for that?
I mean, I'll make exceptions, of course.
Yeah, when are we going to
I
the
make
Rooster
exceptions for my friends.
again? When are we going to the Rooster again?
Oh, the Cali guy will be back in like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3.
Well, let's go to the Rooster.
Yeah, let's do that. And then we need to go to the Longhorn afterwards.
Oh, you got to have.
Oh.
We did that the night that I went
Yes.
with Mr. and Mrs. Toxie.
When
Yes.
Oh my God! And Mr. Toxie ate a burger that was this fucking big,
when I was dating Super Dave,
gigantic burger.
when I was dating Super Dave, we would once a month go on a Monday and then get the week-long couples pass, and then we'd go every night, and every night we'd go to the Longhorn. What's hilarious is during the week, as soon as you become a regular there, as soon as they shut down, you go to the Longhorn to eat, and suddenly half of the Rooster is there eating steak and eggs sandwiches and shit like
all
that.
you can eat pancakes and biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
It's
that
all
was
a
the time-
bunch of...
This was the best the night that we were there.
I
Sweet
probably
Cheeks
don't
was
remember.
drunk.
I was drunk.
Sweet Cheeks was drunk, and she got pancakes, and Mr. Toxie had the burger.
Oh, that's right.
And so
Mayonnaise instead
she
of...
put mayonnaise on her pancakes, and we see her eating them.
thought it was
She
the
had
butter.
eaten them like multiple. It's not as if she ate it, spit it out, said this is gross. She was just eating them. And I realized all of a sudden, I'm like, what is this? Or I don't think you even had butter. But why is it white on your pancakes? And then we realized it was
I forgot all
It
about
was
this
mayonnaise.
video. I don't know. I was so drunk. I was just trying to sober up and eat. Oh my God.
mayonnaise covered pancakes. Oh.
I forgot. One time, okay, there used to be this regular band at the Rooster. I don't know if you remember. This was you. You were probably
No.
way too young.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I've only gone when it's been Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. No, this there was
I
a
like Neil
band and they were
Diamond.
really good and they were regulars and I went to the Rooster faithfully at least once or twice a week. And then all of a sudden they're not at the Rooster anymore and I go into the Longhorn and guess what band is playing at the Longhorn? The old Rooster band.
That's hilarious.
So they got a
So-
better offer over there.
Yeah, it's mandatory if you go to the Red Rooster.
Has,
you have to
has
log on.
anyone discovered whether or not the power exchange is still open?
No, you know what? In fact, let me text my friend because I've been waiting for. I'm going to see if we can get us an answer during this show.
Yeah,
Let
I'd
me-
like
let
an
me-
answer.
Let me text.
Because what I need, we have a whole new crew of people who have not seen my ass get beat.
and it's so awesome. We
I
need to
haven't
film
seen
it.
your ass get
Can
beat.
I film it and put it
No.
on our site? Just the
No.
ass beaten part.
No.
Okay, just ask him.
No.
Okay, I respect that. I respect that.
No, if you want to see my ass beat, you got to come to Vegas, watch it live. Sorry, folks.
Can I take a picture after it's done and show that it's not even red?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do that.
Seriously, it's hot as a fucking firecracker and not red.
Sometimes it gets pink.
That night you got she got her ass beat, okay? And then she comes up to the orgy room. I was up there with somebody and I touch her ass and I'm like, "Oh my God." And it's not even pink.
No, I recover pretty quickly. Sometimes I've got a little bit of soreness the next day, but it takes a lot to leave a
Never
mark.
bruised, huh?
No, I haven't bruised.
Wow.
Yeah.
Leather bottom.
Yeah. It takes a lot.
Mr. Toxie said it's closed.
Oh, is it closed? That's poopy.
Wait a second. But I know somebody
Double
that
check,
kind of
just
knows
in
what's
case.
going on. So let me check.
All right. I really want to know because I loved having a public dungeon available.
Well, all I know, if you go to the Red Rooster at like 10 o'clock, it's geriatric city, okay? The young folk don't start coming in until after midnight.
Yeah.
And
then it's all fat chicks.
and then I just get drunk and I get naked and dance.
There's a
lap
lot
dance.
of big girls there.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of big girls going to the Rooster these days.
You're right. So, the Red Rooster's fun.
I wonder if, since Mr. Rooster's passed on, if maybe his son would open up a public dungeon in one of the rooms.
Well, I don't think the son has anything to do with this point. It's all her.
It's all the wife?
Well,
All the wife, and she is not as friendly as Rooster Mike was. That's all I'm going to say. But
we were
wonder if I
there the
could
night that
approach
he
her.
died.
Yeah, it was
Remember,
like
right
2 nights. Yeah, it was like
after,
2
yeah.
nights after.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his son was like running around, being drunk, getting blowjobs. It was hilarious. It was like,
well, they're Mormons. My niece that used to live with me actually fucked Rooster Mike's married son, who had lived in Utah and had several children and was
That's
a
great.
Mormon.
No,
I know.
I think
so
this
it's
one
crazy.
was like the retarded younger son that nobody really talks about because that's kind of what he was
Was
acting
it a son
like.
or grandson? Because the grandsons are more involved than the sons.
I have
sometimes.
no idea.
Because
I
the
thought it was
sons
his
are like in
son.
their 50s. The
No, it couldn't have been. It must have been a grandson.
grandson then, yeah. Because Bug Guy was good friends with Rooster Mike because they would go play the horses together at Samstown. So he knew a lot about the whole situation there. And so she's running the show right now. So I don't no telling what might happen.
Have you been back since?
No.
Yeah,
No?
we were there
Well,
after. Yeah,
but
it
not
was
since then.
right, but we
When
were
we
there
went that
after he had
time.
passed. And you know what? She wasn't there, and the son wasn't there. It was being run by the regulars.
Yeah.
The regular security crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was great. I mean, it was a fun night that we went.
I wonder if I don't know. That'd be
Wonder
a
if
lot
what?
of work. Well, they've got those 2 side rooms that they use as one of them's a coat room where you can check your coats if you want to.
Right.
And then there's the other one where they usually sit and take the money. It's a huge room back there that they don't ever use for anything. I think it's their like public living room or whatever.
No, it's their living room.
Okay.
Their
Well,
bedrooms are upstairs. That's their living room.
they need to convert that room into a public dungeon. I'd totally, or just build something out in the back there. Like, oh, I guess it's time for us to take a break.
Isn't it already telling us? Oh, wow. Okay, we've been listening to Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.